All across the world, in every kind of environment and region known to man, increasingly dangerous weather patterns and devastating storms are abruptly putting an end to the long-running debate over whether or not climate change is real. Not only is it real, it's here, and the effects are giving rise to a frighteningly new global phenomenon, the man-made natural disaster. That quote was spoken by the President of the United States, Barack Obama. Global warming is very evident all around the world as temperatures are increasing and the habitats for animals are decreasing. I'm currently a junior at Texas A&M University and I've taken both geology and oceanography. Through my studies in both of these courses, I've learned all about global warming from world-class professors who have conducted research on global warming for many years. Global warming is a man-made problem that is affecting the world that we live in. You may not think that you're contributing to this global phenomenon, but by simply driving to and from work, you are actually contributing to a lot more than you think. So I'm here to tell you that global warming is real and not a myth, and what all we can do as humans to help stop it in its tracks before it's too late. First off, global warming isn't a myth. According to the global warming section of the website for Earth's Observatory, last updated in 2014, global warming is the unusually rapid increase in Earth's average surface temperature over the past century, primarily due to the greenhouse gases released by people burning fossil fuels. The key words being due to people burning fossil fuels, because since the Industrial Revolution in 1970, the amount of greenhouse gases present in the atmosphere is at an all-time precedented level compared to any other time in Earth's history. As you can see on this chart, here's our current CO2 level compared to where it's ever been before. Greenhouse gases consisting of carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and fluorinated gases all create something called the glasshouse effect due to the chemical composition of these gases. The way the glasshouse effect works is that sunlight penetrates through the Earth's atmosphere. The sunlight then gives off heat that radiates back towards space, but instead of it escaping the atmosphere freely, it is then trapped by the greenhouse gases and re-emitted in all directions. This causes the Earth's surface and lower atmosphere to warm up and allow human existence. The catch is that with too much greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, the Earth is going to continue to warm up at an exponential rate because the greenhouse gases are being burned at an exponential rate. With this being said, let's take a look at some of the evidence of global warming that has taken place over the last century. In the Climate Change How Do We Know section of the website for NASA, last updated 2014, the global sea level rose about 17 centimeters or 6.7 inches in the last century. The rate in the last decade, however, is nearly double that of the last century. 17 centimeters doesn't sound like much, but when you put it in perspective, if the sea level would rise more than a couple feet, the whole state of Louisiana would be underwater. All three major global surface temperature meters show that the Earth has experienced major warming since 1880, with 10 of the warmest years taking place in the last 12 years. From 2007 to 2009, the Earth experienced an unusually low amount of solar output from the sun, but yet the surface temperature still continued to increase over that time period due to the amount of greenhouse gases in our atmosphere. Also, the Greenland and Antarctic ice sheets from 2002 to 2005 have shrunk over 150 cubic kilometers per year, helping contribute to the rising sea level. Since the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, the acidity of the surface ocean water has increased by roughly 30% due to the humans emitting more carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, which in turn mixes with the ocean surface water. As you can see, there's an overwhelming amount of evidence showing the results of just the start of the global warming phenomenon, and it's showing no signs of slowing down anytime soon. Secondly, we as humans need to work together towards a solution. According to the greenhouse gases section of the website for global climate change, last updated in 2014, greenhouse gases come from all sorts of everyday activities such as using electricity, heating our homes, and driving around town. All of these daily activities have one common factor, and that common factor being humans. We are the ones responsible for performing these tasks on a daily basis and putting an absurd amount of greenhouse gases into the environment that we live in. Of course, you're probably thinking that you individually don't have that big of an impact on the global scheme of things, but you have to remember that there's over 6 billion people that live on this planet. So multiply the fossil fuels you burn on a daily basis times the 6 billion people there are, and then you will begin to understand the significant impact that you can have on the amount of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. The solution is simple. It all starts with you and the little things that you can do that can add up to make a big difference. In the Switch to Clean Energy section of the website for global climate change, last updated in 2014, When we get electricity from renewable energy sources like wind and solar power, we avoid the carbon dioxide emissions that would have come from burning fossil fuels like coal, oil, or natural gas. Therefore, you should try to go green by installing solar panels or wind turbines in order to power some of your appliances at your house. Also, turning off your appliances and electronics may not do the job, as for a lot of them still use electricity by simply being plugged into the wall. Some of these items include video game consoles, cell phone chargers, and iPod chargers. By unplugging these items from the wall or by buying a smart power cord and plugging it into that, which automatically shuts off the power when you unplug or when you turn off your device, can help save a lot of unnecessary electricity from being used. When shopping for appliances or electronics, look for the Energy Star label, because this indicates that the product uses 10 to 50% less energy than any other model available. Also, try and use less water throughout the day by taking shorter showers, turning off the water while you brush your teeth, fixing leaks, and only washing laundry on cold water when you have full loads. Producing products also requires a lot of energy. Therefore, borrow items when you're only going to use them for a short period of time, and always recycle, because it takes a lot less energy to convert one product to another than it does to produce that same product from raw materials. It's simple things like this that can make huge impacts on the world we live in if everyone decides to help out. I want everyone to join me in wearing these wristbands that say "Save the planet, conserve energy," so it is a simple reminder to all the things that can in turn have a huge impact on saving our beautiful planet. By now, you should understand that global warming is actually real and some of the things you can do to help out. Global warming has been evident throughout the world as the planet's temperatures has continued to rise and the ice has continued to melt. The global sea level rose 17 centimeters over the past century, and some of the world's biggest ice sheets have been melting at 150 cubic kilometers per year. Global warming may not have that great of an impact on our lives, but we have the opportunity to stop it from impacting our kids' lives and the future generations to come. By 2100, most of the world's ice sheets would have melted and the entire states of Florida and Louisiana would be underwater. If that doesn't motivate you to conserve energy, then I don't know what will.